Welp, back in the garage, working on another project. I am gonna get my table saw. I took it off of the portable frame for like job sites or whatever, and I'm gonna mount it to this piece of wood so it can hang off the back side of my workbench, so I could just rip 4x8 sheets right through it on this big off-feed table. And I'm going to attach it with this French cleat system, just like this. I'll mount one of these on the back of my workbench. I'll mount another one on the back of the frame that I'm building, the carriage for the table saw. So let's get to it. So I'm getting ready to cut the back side of that carriage for the table saw. See, I'm just laying it out in rough cut with the circular saw. Dial it in. I think it was 11 inches high. And now I'm getting ready to clamp the back side onto my workbench so I could glue it to the bottom. That way I just make sure it's all nice and square. Yeah, you see I got the glue, run it there, stick it in there, and then I screw it as well. I'm not an expert. I guess glue and screws is good. That's what all the cabinet making guys do on YouTube that I have been subscribing to and learning from. So here I'm gonna brace that with 2x4s. You'll see I glue it there as well and screw it in. And then I add some more 2x4s to the front that just run alongside the table saw. It's actually really nice getting to use my miter saw on the workbench instead of working on the floor. Who'd have thought? Yeah, so just clamping it on there, screwing it and gluing it. The process was actually way faster. I was just trying to roughly get a video done before I had to go to work today. Also, let me know how the audio sounds. I just got Rode wireless mics. They're lav mics, but I'm talking into this unit. I'm trying to do the voiceover for my time lapse on the garage where it's quieter with no dogs. So there I scribed a straight edge or a straight line from the angle from corner to corner of the carriage. I'm gluing it, clamping it on there, putting some screws in the side into the 2x4s. So I mean, this thing's super sturdy. That plywood on the side is bracing the 2x4s. The 2x4s are attached to the bottom and the back, and it's all glued together. Hopefully those are my last cuts I have to make with my table saw on the ground. That's the whole purpose of this build, is just to get it off of the ground. Lots of screws. Yep, fits. The table saw cycle's good. All right, so that's the cradle for the table saw. So I was talking about, you watched the time lapse, you seen how it went together. Everything clears, fortunately, because I didn't measure too good, but the table still slides over. Now we got to get it attached to this cleat to the end of this table right here. I'll attach that there, and then I have to adjust. I don't know, I'll figure it out. I have a feeling I screwed myself, and it doesn't really matter. I don't know what how high you want your table saw above your outfeed table. I think it might be like an inch or two. I don't know, we'll see. It's always adjustable, I can always build it different. It's wood, you know, it's not like metal. I mean, metal's adjustable too, but then I'll just attach a cleat on the back side of that and go from there. here I am adding another piece so I can add the French cleat, which is how that table saw carriage is going to attach to the workbench. I use a 2x4. I don't think it's sturdy enough. I'm probably going to have to change that out with a 4x4 at some time in the near future. Here I am getting ready to mount the French cleat, but I actually mounted it too high. I had to check my measurements again, and there you go, I lowered it. So I'm attaching the other French cleat to the back side of the carriage right here. Yep, flush with the top. I didn't glue that at all. That's just screwed in. And boom, you get the idea. But I have to add a brace for the back side of the carriage. There you go. To attach to, otherwise with the French cleat it would just drop down beyond the stop that I'm installing right now, and the table saw wouldn't stay there square or level, I mean. Bam. Table saw in, everything looks good. Worked out great. All right. There's the outfeed table, just a little bit higher than the work surface. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll post a link to the guy I stole this idea off of. I think it's a great idea. Hopefully my cleat system holds up. I use leftover stuff. They could have been deeper. You can see they're only 2 inches. They could maybe be 3. This one could be way deeper, or, you know, longer for extra strength. What else? Yeah, now I can actually feed sheets of plywood through and have them land on the table. But that's a pretty slick idea. I'm gonna take it off of there and let the glue dry overnight. But it works and should be handy. It'll be better than this little cart that DeWalt had, because I had nowhere to off feed my material. And rolling it up and tearing it down and setting it up kind of sucks. Having a workstation is going to be nice. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment, let me know what you think. I'll post a link of the guy, like I said, of the idea I stole this off of. Great dude, he does cool stuff. He's a stuntman actually in Hollywood. So like usual, sell the stuff you're not using, pay off your debts, and go have some fun. Take it easy, everybody.